Hello and thank you all for watching. This is Manny Sunny Sun for a new moon on November 11th. And if you watched like a child and if instead of wanting to know and understand and you agree and observe what is happening inside you and therefore what is happening outside. So yes, sometimes it is time to look forward to do the next step. Observe and not to predict, but to fully live in the moment. Observe what you feel at the same time and not let it become the past without even tasted. So you do realize that you need to stop getting sick again and again, and does not work every time. This is a new moon asking us to slow down, to access your pace, and while the staff, instead of staying in a role, the role of a friend, mother, father, wife, etc., the role assigned to you in your work, as if it is business or managing a company from the world. You are beyond these roles of common, and yet you are limited to these for how much longer? So observe yourself when you do something you love. Observe and yet you refuse something that could do you good. So just stay in your own role, or in other words, do your own duty and what to do and live in it. If it was to live, just go with the moment while recognizing still that there is still things to do. And if it was accepted to live, your first responsibility, namely to you, intimately and deeply, beyond the roles and beliefs. If to live is to allow freedom of experiment, to find a better way for you in your need to rest, and air quality, of course. Yet there are many relationships that live hidden in the statements. There is a panel unmanaged emotions that rise to the surface. Remember that this new moon, to let the light that you are asked to accept that shadow, for there is only touching in it that can transform them, not their essence, but their usefulness. And we say most all already illusory. All that's where your attention is fixed, between what is the order of illusion and reality. What can you do or not do? To live or not to live. We say this only depends on you and your own alignment. When you feel pushed in one direction, there are several paths to go and to get there. Those who would say such a thing is impossible for them to seal their path, close the door on the pretext that they do not have the key of it now. But what about the future? And how is it creating now? Everything is linked to a single point over time as your essence, and understand that to each its own vector carrying a message of ascent. And it would be selfish not to share it before shedding out, and simply ask for you to center yourself. And this means going beyond expectations of others and your own expectations. The latter is based on what? On what emotion or on what physical sensations? Listen to yourself and not the other, because you have all that you need to touch your essence, to manifest in good times. So this is the time when you are asked to share, communicate. Nothing good should remain in oblivion, for everything you have is as difficult a goal, and you will discover it during this cycle. You will learn, rather than become difficult, consciously choose to focus your attention on what elevates you, and instead of what you mind. Lightness will be the key to switch the time successfully, namely staying healthy and aligned with you, who you are. Stop wanting to stop around and stop by. The current vibration is substantial enough to carry you. But what they cannot do without your consent is bringing your awareness to see beyond the veil. Understand that when there's a force, it should be integrated, centralized before propelling it. This is what currently happens. You condense and you touch that part. Then you will aim and will advance. But for now, be eloquent about your own feelings. Go beyond the persecutions of others who cross your path. Believe the compliments of those who offer your own assistance, because we shall never repeat it before enough. But when love begins to touch, that in turn turns into creation. Accept that attention. See the beautiful wherever it is, and you will see the reality that it is created with things that bring hope and faith and magic. For when souls act and cause us to born, Everything is created from there on. Everything is possible for you and others. And thank you all for watching. This has been a November new moon astral weather report. And if you'd like to know more, I'd like to hear from you. And I'll see you in the next 14 days for the full moon. Thank you all for watching.